Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
Okay, so I saw this and I feel like I just had to tell the story time because it's kind of funny to me. So I was one of the only like black girls in my grade. There was another black girl, but she was mixed and she had family there, so everybody treated her like she was one of them. I was the only black girl. So one of the popular boys, like quote unquote, he was going down the whole lunch line asking everybody to be his girlfriend, but everybody liked him and they was all saying like no, no, no. So I'm like, they must be saying no for me. They waiting for him to get to me. So he comes to me, and before he could say anything, I'm like, yes, like, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend. And he says, not you. Girl, and I'm like, so I'm looking at my friend like, bitch, like, what the fuck? Girl, she gonna look at me dead in my face and say, oh, well, I don't think it's because he doesn't like you. It's probably because black and white doesn't mix. What?
Tell a story about the first time you realized people thought you were ugly.
I wasn't asked on a date until I was in my 20s.
Pre-K.
So when I was like 16, I ran track. So I was at nationals with my friends, my teammates. It was 3 of us. And basically, we were walking around, thinking we're so cute, whatever. And these 3 guys approached us, 3 and 3. I'm thinking, oh, it's balanced. We better get shows, blah, blah, blah. And they come up to us and they say, hey, can we take pictures with y'all? And we're like, okay. And the guys hand me the phone and say, yeah, can you take the picture? We're trying to take a picture with them. And I was so hurt inside, but I didn't want to show it, so I took the pictures. And then I kind of went off by myself, and I did not talk to anybody else the rest of that whole meet weekend.
To preface this, I have to say that I developed early. I started puberty at the tender age of 8, and at the age of 8, I was a 34B, and at 9, I was a 32C. Anyway, we were online. We were waiting online in elementary school, waiting to go to my favorite class, music class. And of course, a girl who had been tormenting me for years was right in front of me online. She turns around, stares me dead in the eyes and goes, you know stuffing your bra won't help, right? Your face is still gonna look like that. Now, as crappy as it is that she said that to me, I think it makes it way worse that we were 10 years old. We were only 10 years old, and this is what another 10-year-old said to my face.
I mean, people call me Michael B. Jordan Daily. That's how I know I'm ugly as fuck, because I get no bitches, no women, no girls, no females, no nothing.
So the first time I realized that people thought I was ugly was on January 6, 2017. It was on freshman move-in day. And I went to the cafe with my homeboys, and there was this really pretty girl in there. So my dogs was gassing me up. They was like, oh, go get her number, go get her number. So I was like, you know what, bet, I'm gonna go get her number. So I walked over to her, and I said, hey, like, you're really beautiful. You mind if I get your number, your Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, or something? She looked at me. She said, get the fuck out my face, ugly boy. And then I ran away crying.
So embarrassing enough, I was in 5th grade. And there was this kid who I really liked. He didn't speak a lick of English, literally only Spanish. English is my first language. Anyway, my friend at the time tells him basically that I like him. And then she comes back and is like, oh, he said that you should go find, your own black prince. I was like, he doesn't like me because I'm black? And she's like, oh no, that's not all. Fucking keep it, okay? Whatever else there is, I don't need to know. Me and my noggin, we'll figure it out.
All right, so growing up, because bitch, I did glow up either way. So it's 4 of us, me and my sisters, and most people knew my mom because we lived in a little town, so everybody knew everybody, whatever. So we would go to like the grocery store, go anywhere out, and they'd be like, "Oh, y'all Tasha kids, y'all so beautiful. This must be y'all friend." That right there was like the highlight of not the highlight, but you know what I mean. Like, they used to do that shit all the time. So not only did I get that from random adults, I got it from people at my school. They'd be like, oh, those are not your sisters. They are not your sisters. They're so pretty. Mind you, I'm the only brown skinned one out of my sisters. Like, I was the darkest one. So automatically, automatically they was just like, yeah, you're lying. Those are not your sisters. They're not related to you. How are you gonna tell me who I'm related to?
Okay, so like if you have a spam page, like you know what I'm about to talk about. Anyways, it's like those group rating things, or they would be like cute font, odd, or whatever. So me being in middle school and like even in high school too, I've been rated like 4s through 6s. Like other people they rate me like 7s or 8s. Like those are cool with, but like 4s and 6s I would be like, oh. Then other times would be like if I post my other friends, then other people want to put me on with my friends, and I'll just be like, oh. And then another thing would just be getting dubbed. I've taken so many L's on getting dubbed, it's not even funny anymore, but I still continue to shoot my shot. Then the ugly gangbangers, like there would be a difference between like the fine ones. I still don't want a gangbanger anyway, but the ugly ones, like they just drop out and they.
Okay, so like I hit puberty in like the 3rd grade, and nobody really taught me how to take care of it, so it was a little bit unhygienic throughout the like early years of that. Just I was really early bloomer, and the other kids would dare each other to come up and like touch me or hug me, or even just say they were my friend, be like, oh, you're my best friend now. It's like, oh, thanks, no thanks. But yeah, I tried to tell a teacher. She told me I needed to get a thicker skin. I was also going through a really tough home life. I was just a very sensitive kid. I'm just a very sensitive person. Like, every little thing would get to me. I would cry a lot. But, like, shit, dude. It's kind of rude.
Okay, so y'all gonna like this one. Hear me out. Listen to the story. It's worth it. So, it's college, right? And we partying in the basement dark. So you really can't see nobody. She's from a rival school. I've never seen her before. Well, from what I could see downstairs, right? We partying, dancing, da-da-da-da. Cool. Everything's valid. Party's over. We're going outside. Keep in mind, she's only talked to me up until this point. We're talking about going back to my dorm. It's about to be a cool night, fun night. We get outside where we can finally see each other. She looks at me, does one of these, and goes, actually, I think I'm going to go back to my dorm. I'll text you, though. She never hit me again, bro.
So I went to a predominantly white elementary school, and it was lit, though. Like, it was a nice school, but it's sad to let that be known. It was white. And I was always, like, one of the few black girls in every class, but But anyway, in 4th grade, I was at lunch, and we had assigned seats at lunch, but I was still close to my best friend at the time. And basically, every single day, the guys would play Oreo. You know what Oreo is, you know what I'm saying? Every time they did Oreo, they would either ask her out or ask me out. Whenever they'd ask her out, she would be over there sobbing, like, oh my God. And I was like, girls, not even that serious. Like, just say no and, like, forget about it. Like, they would ask me, like, no. They would just walk up to me, I'd be like, no, and they just go back. They sit back down, like, period. Anyway, one day she was like, Giselle, how are you not more upset about that? I'm like, because it's just a joke. Like, it doesn't even matter. And she's like, but you know why they're asking us, right? And I was like, no. She said they're only asking us because we're ugly. And I was like, who is we? Who is we?
I mean, there's so many, right? I remember in 5th grade, a white girl from the Caucasus Mountains herself called me ugly. We could talk about my freshman year of college. Some young lady telling me, you're cute like a puppy, but not cute enough to date, right? You could talk about, too, being that friend who in the friend group, right? Who everybody outside the friend group asks you to put them on your friends, right? But nobody ever asks anybody else about you at all, right? So you become that one friend, the friend zone friend, right? The ugly, confident friend, you know? Well, sometimes you just gotta be confident with being ugly, and it's okay, right? You grow through what you go through.
Every fucking day as a kid, when motherfuckers will be like, there go your girlfriend. Bitch, ain't nobody fucking girlfriend. That's not funny. That hurt my feelings.
In 8th grade, I was in gym class, and I was next to these two, kids, one girl, one boy, and the boy was like to the girl, that's your boyfriend? And he was like, pointing at me. And she looked at me and she was, hell no, that ain't my boyfriend. And then I was just looking like, damn, I'm ugly, huh?
If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. subscribe. We publish new videos every day.